Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sydney, and allow me today to introduce you to Browserize. So Browserize is an API that allows you to deploy multiple browser instances that expose multiple servers like MCP, CDP, NoVNC. And these browsers can be deployed using a single API call. So what Browserize allows you to do is that it allows you to deploy virtual browsers, so you don't need to keep your computer on. So these browsers will be virtual and they'll be isolated, and they will not share the same resources or the same credentials. All right, so enough of talking. Let me just show you how to use this. So I'm just going to reload to make sure that we're up to date here, and then I'm going to sign in. If you don't have an account, please do just sign up. So I'm just going to log in here. I'm going to click my project, and then without further ado, I'm just going to hop onto browsers, and I'm going to create a new instance here. I'm going to call it YouTube test. I'm going to allocate 1 gig of memory to it. So when creating the browser, it might take a couple of seconds or minutes to create, but usually it's like 10 seconds. So let's just wait for it here. All right, boom. So the browser is now created, and to actually view the browser, just click on Web VNC, click on vnc.html, and then click on connect. And then you just enter in the password that you'll be given on your dashboard. And then boom, just like that, we are now in our browser, and we can actually interact with this browser. And please note that this browser is not running on your local machine, but rather it's running on the server, and this is definitely a game changer. All right, so I'm just gonna search something. I'm just gonna search cats. So it will definitely ask you for reCAPTCHA. So you just have to do the reCAPTCHA manually first for you to avoid the AI being asked to do the reCAPTCHA. So I'm just going to click verify here, and then yeah, I guess I'm not a robot then. All right, so I'm just going to go back to Browserize here, and then we move on to the fun part. So here what you're going to have to do is to click on install in VS Code. So here we're going to be using the MCP server that the browser provides. So the browser actually provides an MCP server already, and this is absolutely amazing. All right, so I'm just gonna put in my VS Code on the side here. Release notes, I don't care about that. Resonant, let me just confirm that it's the resonant one. Yeah, it is. So I'm just gonna click install here, and then I'm just gonna show the configuration, and then you see that this is the IP and the port that we're connected to. So I'm just gonna click on start server, which is, I guess it's already started, and that's actually pretty cool. So I'm just gonna click these thingies right here, the little cog thingies, and then I'll actually see that I am connected to this MCP server, and we have all these tools available to us. So I'm just gonna click OK here, and then I am gonna start running commands on my browser. So I'm gonna tell it to go on Wikipedia and search for Michael Jackson and tell me about him. Let me say manually for us to see it actually typing and testing it. So I'm just gonna click always allow here. So here it's gonna move on to Wikipedia. As you can see, it moved to Wikipedia. I'm gonna click always allow to, and it typed Michael Jackson. And then it searched, it clicked here. So here it ran a snapshot, and then it clicked. And now it wants, I don't know what it wants to do now. It's working. All right, so it was just response clear due to content safety features. Well, I guess it cleared some stuff because of content safety or whatever that is. But yeah, Michael Jackson 1958 to 2009 was an American whatever. So yeah, the browser is now working, and again, this is running virtually, which is super cool. All right, so yeah, this is basically half of it. So I'm just gonna show you the other part, which is the API key. So here you can actually create your own API key, and you can use this API key for your own automation. So we also do have docs. So if you go to docs here, you can actually see the endpoints that you have here. So we have the create endpoint. So with this endpoint, you can actually create a browser. And then if you create a browser, it returns this back to you. So it returns the ID of the browser, the name, the status, the memory, the CPU, the uptime, the VNC URL, no VNC, debug URL, and then it also returns the MCP URL. And this is pretty cool, if you ask me. And then if you can list the browsers, so you can actually list all the browsers that you have. You can get one browser, right? And then this is the response if you get a single browser. And then you can actually pause a browser, right? You can resume a browser, and you can delete a browser. So yeah, this is basically it about Browserize. I hope you test it out. I hope you check out our docs and actually create your own automations using our system here. Yeah, so we also do have open source project that uses Browserize. It's called Browser0, and I'm going to make a separate video on that API. It's not an API, it's just an open source project. So yeah, I hope you use it, and thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time.